Olá pessoal, tudo bem com vocês? Chegamos agora na parte do safari, que a gente encosta o carro e a gente vai andar a pé agora. A gente vai ver a outra parte, onde tem splash water, tem passeio de barco e tem outras atividades muito legais e muito especiais para fazer com as crianças. Já vai deixando seu like, já vai inscrevendo no nosso canal. Estamos com a meta de 1000 inscritos para monetizar, então contamos com vocês aí. Espero que vocês gostem e não esqueça de assistir os outros vídeos que também estão muito bonitos. Tem uns animais muito incríveis lá, fica tudo solto, muito divertido essa playlist. Espero que vocês amem e fortalecem aí o nosso canal, tá? Agora a gente terminou o passeio de carro e agora a gente vai andar a pé para terminar a visita no safari. Tem passeio de barco, tem passeio de trenzinho, tem vários passeios legais que dá para fazer aqui. Dura bastante o passeio e agora a gente vai andar a pé. Aí tem um barquinho ali, ó.
Let's catch a bird too.
Não, assim, Yasmin.
Não pode ir lá no safari.
Olha ali, olha o barquinho.
Let's go to safari.
Vamos para a fila, estamos ansiosos para andar no barco. Tem alguns animais que ficam na ilha que só dá para ver através desse barco aí. Usando o barco você consegue chegar bem perto dos animaizinhos que ficam localizados na ilha. Fomos para a fila para aguardar a nossa vez de andar no barco. É muito gostoso, gente, muito bonito. Eu espero que ninguém fique com medo de andar no barquinho, né?
Cuidado, são no outro são lá.
Vou segurar.
Segura forte.
Dá high.
Ó, não vou fazer o que já fez, vai, né?
Agora nós estamos andando de barco. São 3 barcos localizados no parque. À medida que o outro vai chegando, o outro vai saindo. E você não paga nada a mais por andar aqui, somente a entrada. Todo o trajeto está incluído no passeio. Já está incluído no valor do passeio, não paga mais nada além da entrada. Então todas as atividades que estão aqui dentro do parque são gratuitas.
Alright, good afternoon everyone and welcome aboard the African Queen. My name is Devin and I'm pleased to be your guide as we tour around Water Safari Lake today. Just a friendly reminder, with the exception of water, there's no eating, drinking, smoking, or vaping while on the boat. As well as I ask you please remain seated and keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Now today you're going to be seeing a variety of primates from around the world, and during the winter months these guys are housed in heated barns on the property as they are sensitive to the area. A paddle boat will arrive sometime in the next hour with their dinner, and so they're just eagerly awaiting it right now. Unfortunately, if they stay there, that means we're not going to see them when we get around to the far side of the island, so I'll talk about them briefly right now. That way we don't have to worry about missing out on anything. Now, if you guys listen carefully, like I said, in about an hour's time, once these guys are getting their dinner, you may hear these gibbons doing their famous territorial display call. It sounds like a loud whooping call, and it's just them letting everyone in the area know that this is their home, their island, and no one else is welcome here. To move on, and we're going to go check out to see what our spider monkeys are up to. So they're currently on the perches on the far right side of the island, so we'll make our way around so we can get a closer look at them. So if you look to our right hand side here, just along the shoreline beyond this tree, you'll be able to spot one of the more common wading birds here in Ontario, and that fella there is the great blue heron. He's a fantastic fisherman, hunting for his diet of fish, frogs, snakes, and small rodents. He's so effective at what he does because he has no feathers on his lower legs, allowing him to wade silently and stealthily through the water as he hunts for his prey. Now he's not a huge fan of the boat, so you can see he's trying to get ready to take off right now. I'll let him get back to what he was doing and stop disturbing him so we can go check out the spider monkeys, which you can see on our right hand side here. They're both at the very tops of these perches right now. So the one on the right hand side that's fully black in color, that there is our boy named Flip. And the one that's more of a golden brown, that there is Bieber. And the two of these guys are very well adapted to life in the trees, with long, slender, strong limbs and a prehensile tail, which they often use as a fifth limb. They also lack thumbs, so they can swing from branch to branch with great speed and agility. Now they do just love basking in the sun, and this is pretty much the extent of their energy level since lunchtime. But once they get their dinner time coming, they will start playing a game of follow the leader, which basically one will sprint in circles around the island, and the other one will chase them. Now we'll have to say goodbye to our spider monkeys again. And we're going to move on to our next island, which is home to two more of our lemurs. Next island coming up ahead of us on our right hand side is home to two more of our lemurs. These are our black and white ruffed lemurs. And like the ringtails, they're only found on the island of Madagascar. Now they're currently lying down in a nice shaded area, so just look to where the tallest tree on their island is. Look down near the base of that tree, and that's where these lemurs are going to be settled down. They're going to look like little black and white fuzzballs. Now they may look cute and cuddly, but these guys do have a dark side, as they are very territorial. They do not welcome trespassers onto their land, and they especially dislike the birds. So prior to their nap, they did investigate their entire island to make sure there were no unwelcome guests, and if there were, they chased them away. But once they were confident, they settled down for a nice nap, and this is pretty much what they're going to do until their dinner arrives. And these guys like to feed on a diet of fruit, seeds, leaves, and nectars, which they often actually will feed on while hanging upside down by their feet. Now these two are some of the deepest sleepers I've ever met, and I wish I was lucky as them, because nothing will wake them up unless they decide it's time to go. And we're getting a nice little surprise here. If you guys look to our left hand side, he's poking his head out of the little shed there. That is another one of our spider monkeys, and that fella there is named Luna. Luna's very elderly compared to our other primates and does spend a lot of his time indoors sleeping. But it looks like he's decided to poke his head out. Now I can tell you why. It's because we're getting to 5 o'clock and he's expecting his dinner to be arriving sometime shortly. And his favorite thing beyond sleeping is eating. Now spider monkeys get their name for their tiny little heads and long lanky limbs. When they're swinging through the trees, if you were to look up, Now we did see our gibbons earlier. This island here is the front side of that island. And it is something definitely fun to see and hear. Now we do have to make our way back towards the dock now. So just ask again, everyone remain seated. And once I've secured us to the dock, I'll open the gate to your right hand side where you then can exit. Should you have any questions about the tour or the safari in general, I'd be happy to try to answer them for you. Otherwise, thank you for joining us today, and I hope you have a wild rest of the day on safari. Now the docking procedure itself is going to be a bit bumpy, and please watch your step as you exit the boat.
Até que enfim chegamos e vamos finalmente andar de trenzinho. Alguns animais também são vistos somente para quem anda aqui nesse transporte. Faz parte do parque que o trajeto é feito a pé. Então vale a pena conferir. O passeio cabe bastante pessoas, não espera muito na fila e é muito divertido. As crianças amaram andar aqui no trenzinho.
Usually the antlers don't start coming in until they're 2 years of age. They are a hybrid breed, so they come in a variation of colors. So we do have some light beige ones as well.
कहाँ पे डियर नजर आए? छुपे हुए इनके अंदर है ना हाँ वो
To house our park's herd of Asian elephants. Now, the 18,000 square foot building features a computer-controlled ventilation system, heated flooring, and natural lighting. Also, if you look closely, you might notice there are some elephants in front of the elephant building. And if you look at the elephants, you'll notice they do have some hay and dirt on top of their backs, and that is because they love to throw it back there. It does protect their skin from the sun.
Look, one elephant.
Muito linda essa família de elefante. Gente, o passeio tá incrível, mas esse povo aqui, né? Infelizmente o trenzinho tava cheio, então muita gente falando ao mesmo tempo aqui no passeio. Mas eu espero que vocês estejam gostando e entendendo. O passeio dura por volta de meia hora. Então, assim, o trenzinho não para e você tem que acompanhar os animaizinhos, né, observando. Mas o passeio, ele não para, ele continua assim.
That actually you see some water spewing up, and that is the elephant viewing area. Once you're done the train, you can head down there if you'd like. You follow the path to the right-hand side and go all the way.
Vamos finalizando mais um vídeo aqui no passeio no safari. Hoje a gente assistiu o vídeo do trenzinho e do barco. Espero que vocês tenham gostado. Vai sair mais um vídeo da parte final. Espero que vocês tenham assistido os outros. Continue nos seguindo, continue nos assistindo. E não esqueça que estamos com a meta de 1000 inscritos, tá bom? Conto com vocês.